Aerosmith have announced they're calling it a night, ceasing live performances after more than 50 years. The music group are set to embark on a farewell tour of North America, but what are the chances of seeing them down under? Joining me live is Poppy Reid, the managing editor of Variety at the Rolling Stones magazine. Good to see you, Poppy. You know, I saw Aerosmith live at a concert in Pittsburgh 20 years ago. Steven Tyler, what an amazing performer. The Goo Goo Dolls were supporting them, but that was 20 years ago. They're in their 70s now, so I'm guessing that's why that after this tour they're calling it a day.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You know, they haven't been as active with recording. I know their last studio album, Music from Another Dimension, was released in 2012. They've been active as a live band since they had their Vegas residency, but I mean, they're 50 years in, you know, they are hanging up their guitars, but they've had a good run, I think, you know, more than 150 million albums sold worldwide. They've been inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame. I think 4 Grammys is what they've earned over their career. It's quite an impressive career when you think about it. I see them as survivors in a lot of ways, survivors of addiction, survivors of musical taste. You know, they've really managed to remain in popular culture for 5 decades.
And what we're playing on screen right now is the star-studded promotional video that they're using to promote this tour that's coming up. Are they coming to Australia? When was the last time they were here, do you know?
Yeah, so they last toured in 2013, so 10 years ago now. And then the time before that, there was a 24-year gap from their last tour. So, yeah, 10 years since they've been here. They're now embarking on a farewell run, but no Australian dates announced yet. But I wouldn't worry, you know, it's not a very uncommon strategy for artists to do that. It's great for drumming up publicity in other territories. It gives them more opportunities to make headlines later. A good example of that is the Taylor Swift. She's on her Eras tour at the moment. This is a global tour, but there's no international dates that have been announced. But, you know, you'll see her record sales are just lifting in places like the UK and here as well, because everyone's pushing everything on social media that she's performing. So I wouldn't worry. Australian dates should be coming soon, I think.
And lead singer Steven Tyler has legal problems hanging over his head right now, just as they announced this tour.
Yeah. So in December, Julia Misley, she filed a lawsuit after the Californian legislation, they temporarily waived the statutes of limitations for childhood sex abuse allegations. And so in December, she actually filed a suit against Steven Tyler around that. She claimed that he convinced her mother to grant him guardianship over her when she was just 16 years old, and he allegedly sexually assaulted her in that time. So he was 27 at the time. He's denied all allegations, it should be noted, but he did mention and allude to something like this in his memoir. For me, it just makes you take pause and think about, you know, how far we've come as an industry and as a society. I just don't think that kind of behaviour would be acceptable from anyone, let alone a high-profile rock star.
Great to chat with you, Poppy. Thanks so much. Poppy Reid there.